Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Friday, July 7, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Philadelphia Phillies vs Miami Marlins. Philadelphia has won 11 straight games on the road, including a 8-4 victory over the Tampa Bay Rays, 57-32 Sioux, first in AL East, at Tropicana Field on Wednesday. Starter Taijuan Walker struggled early, but picked up his 10th win of the season by going 7 innings and allowing 5 earned runs on 5 hits and striking out 8 batters. He also walked 5 Rays. Outfielder Nick Castellanos and shortstop Tree Turner both went deep for Philadelphia. Second baseman Bryson Stott had 4 hits, knocked in 1, and crossed the plate twice in the win. First baseman Luke Raleigh took Walker deep in the 3rd inning for his 15th home run of the season in the loss. The Marlins have won 3 games in a row, including a 10-9 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals, 35-51 Sioux, 5th in NL Central, on Wednesday evening. This slugfest was ultimately won on an errant throw by St. Louis reliever Jordan Hicks that allowed first baseman Yuli Gurriel to score from first base in the bottom of the 9th. Miami scored 4 runs in the 1st inning, but the Cardinals struck back and scored 5 of their own in the 3rd on a home run by second baseman Nolan Gorman, and the Marlins had to rally to pick up the win. Catcher Jacob Stallings went deep, and outfielder Brian De La Cruz had 3 hits, drove in 2, and crossed the plate twice for the Marlins in the victory. Miami starter Brian Hoeing lasted only 3 innings and allowed 5 earned runs on 5 hits and walked 3 batters. The Phillies have been on a tear against the Marlins lately, winning 8 of their last 9 matchups overall and 5 of their last 6 games played at Lone Pop Park. The Phillies have also been dominant on the road recently, winning their last 4 series and 11 straight games away from home. They have batted .284 with a .481 slugging percentage during that span, and they are ranked in the top 10 in the league in road batting average. The Phillies also hit well against the Marlins last season, batting .262 with a .451 slugging percentage in 10 games played on the road. And their pitching staff was also dominant at Lone Pop Park last year, posting a 3.45 ERA and walking an average of only 3 batters per 9 innings. With Zach Wheeler on the mound, the Phillies have a good chance of winning on the road on Friday. Wheeler has had success against the Marlins in his career, compiling a 10-4 record with a 2.37 ERA over 20 starts. Based on the stats, it's a good bet to take the Phillies with the run line. 5 of the last 6 games played between these two teams at Lone Pop Park have gone under the run total. 1 run or less was scored by one of the teams in 6 of the 10 games played by the Phillies and Marlins in Miami during the 2022 season. Miami's offense ranks towards the bottom half of the league in both runs per game overall and runs per game at home. Miami's pitching staff is ranked in the top 10 in ERA at home. In 17 career games against the Phillies, Alcantara has produced a 3.79 ERA and has allowed under a hit per inning on average. Wheeler has a 2.89 ERA in 7 starts at Lone Pop Park. The Phillies have pushed or gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. The trends and stats support a lower scoring affair when these two teams meet on Friday. Take the under. Atlanta Braves vs Tampa Bay Rays. The Atlanta Braves have been on fire offensively this season as they are leading the majors with a .841 ops while averaging 5.66 runs per game so far. They have been doing extremely well on the road as well as they have a .838 ops while scoring 5.61 runs in their 41 road games up to this point. Right fielder Ronald Acuna Jr. has been one of the best hitters as he has a .337, .414, .594 line with 21 home runs, 54 RBI, 78 runs scored, and 41 stolen bases on 48 tries. Charlie Morton has been struggling throughout the season, according to his baseball saving page, as he is in the 26th percentile in walk percentage, 30th percentile in ZERA, 33rd percentile in XSLG, and 34th percentile in SBA. Morton has a 5-pitch arsenal: curveball, fastball, changeup, sinker, cutter, and his curveball has been his best pitch as hitters have a .167 batting average with 71 strikeouts. It will be interesting to see how he does against his former teammates. The Tampa Bay Rays have been doing extremely well so far this year as they are 3rd in MLB with a .792 ops while scoring 5.54 runs. They have been doing incredible throughout the year at Tropicana Field as they have a .264, .341, .471 team /line while averaging 5.72 runs in their 46 home games. First baseman Yandy Diaz has been on fire as he has a .894 ops with 12 homers, 39 RBI, 56 runs scored, and a 37-51 walk-to-strikeout ratio. The Phillies are on a roll against the Marlins, having won 8 of their last 9 matchups overall and 5 of their last 6 games at Lone Pop Park. They are also on a tear on the road, having won their last 4 series and 11 straight games away from home. The Phillies are batting .284 with a .481 slugging percentage during that span, and they are ranked in the top 10 in the league in road batting average. The Phillies also hit well against the Marlins last season, batting .262 with a .451 slugging percentage in 10 games played on the road. And their pitching staff was also dominant at Lone Pop Park last year, posting a 3.45 ERA and walking an average of only 3 batters per 9 innings. With Zach Wheeler on the mound, the Phillies have a good chance of winning on the road on Friday. Wheeler has had success against the Marlins in his career, compiling a 10-4 record with a 2.37 ERA over 20 starts. Based on the statistics, it is a good bet to take the Phillies with a run line. Both lineups have been on fire in the last week of games, as Atlanta is scoring 7.67 runs in their last 6 games, while Tampa Bay is averaging 5.8 runs in their previous 5 games. Throughout the season, there has been a lot of power between these lineups, as the Braves are leading the majors with 84 homers on the road, while the Rays are 4th with 70 home runs in their home stadium this year. The over has hit in 4 of their previous 5 games against one another, so go with over 8.5 runs in this matchup. Toronto Blue Jays vs Detroit Tigers. The Toronto Blue Jays have been decently good at the plate, as they are tied with the Baltimore Orioles for 11th in the majors, with a .738 ops, while scoring 4.4 runs per game in that span. Shortstop Bo Bichette, .837 ops, 51 RBI, has been doing well in his last 10 games, as he has a .302, .318, .488 line with a homer, 5 RBIs, and 5 runs scored in that span. The Detroit Tigers have been one of the weakest teams at the plate throughout the season, as well as they are 28th in the sport with a .670 ops, while scoring 3.94 runs per game up to this point. They have been struggling to hit consistently, as they are 28th in MLB, with a .231 team batting average thus far. Shortstop Javier Baez, .596 ops, 44 RBI, has been struggling as he has a .429 ops with a home run, 7 RBIs, and 5 runs scored in his previous 13 games. Alex Fito has struggled in his home starts this season, posting a 6.06 ERA and a .222 opposing batting average. Alek Manoah has also had some trouble on the road, with a 4.20 ERA and a .233 batting average against in 6 starts. The Blue Jays have been the better offensive team on the road this season, averaging 4.62 runs per game. The Tigers have been slightly below average at home, scoring 4.05 runs per game at Comerica Park. The Blue Jays have also had the better recent history against the Tigers, winning 4 of the last 5 games between the two teams. Based on these factors, I believe the Blue Jays are the better bet to win this game. I would recommend taking the Blue Jays with the money line. These offenses have been struggling to score too many runs as of late, as Toronto is averaging 4.09 runs in their last 11 games, while Detroit is scoring 4.77 runs in their previous 13 games. Both teams' bullpens have been doing an incredible job this season, as the Blue Jays are 7th in the majors with a 3.80 reliever ERA, while the Tigers are 15th with a 3.98 bullpen ERA so far this year. The under has hit in 22 of the previous 27 games against one another, so go with under 9 runs here. Take the under.